everyone, Jordan here, and today we have a new Minecraft video. Today, we have a JetBlue Airways Airbus A220-300 in their latest Hops livery, which is a slight variation of their new livery since JetBlue puts different tail designs on them. Anyways, this is the first time we're showing JetBlue on the A220 on this channel, and I'm really excited to get started. So, without further ado, let's begin. So anyways, we can start at the nose of the Airbus A220, which is formerly the Bombardier CS series airplane that Airbus ended up buying out. And yeah, it's a very modern airplane. It's very nice, very comfortable. I've flown it a few times to New York and whatnot. It's very comfortable. I really enjoy it. But we can start at the nose of the aircraft. We have the very modern and kind of aerodynamic cockpit windows and nose shape, which is quite different than the Boeing 737 and Airbus A320 family, as you can see over there. It's very flush with the fuselage. We have the nose landing gear right here, and then JetBlue names their airplanes. They have cute little names with blue written at the nose of the airplane, so we have that right there. We have the forward door right here. It says JetBlue, and then we have the overwing exit. Now, interestingly enough, the Airbus A220 technically has an option for 4 overwing exits, but most operators deactivate one of them and don't use it. But I imagine if you're flying a very high density Airbus A220 layout, then you could activate that to increase the passenger capacity. This is something that was also seen with Boeing on their 737 MAX 7, as well as Airbus on their Airbus A319. If you want to have a higher density or a higher capacity on some of these airplanes, you do need another exit option. So that's what I think Bombardier and Airbus give you the option if you wanted to do it. So yeah. We have the overwing exit escape markings right here, and then we have the Pratt & Whitney PW1100G geared turbofan engines. Now, these engines have had some reliability issues, but they are improving. They are getting better with it, but unfortunately, these have caused some groundings and some delays and made these airplanes not as reliable as they could be, but Pratt & Whitney are improving and making them better. So anyways, we have the rest of the wing. We have some details for the flaps and then the ailerons. And then we have the wings on the wing tips. Now, JetBlue paints them a very kind of vibrant purple color. It's interesting. You would think it wouldn't look well, but it actually matches quite nicely. And, I kind of like how the A220 has, it's not like a raked wingtip, and it's not like a very curved wingtip like an A350. It's kind of more of a traditional wingtip, which is kind of a cool look. So yeah. Anyways, we have the main landing gear, and we have the landing gear wheel well right here. Now, another interesting tidbit about the A220 is that it has exposed landing gear like a 737. You would think that a new airplane wouldn't do that, but I guess they found that this actually works quite well, and it's very flush, and they, can make sure that airflow is smooth over it and everything. And yeah, it's just interesting to see a new airplane designed like this. So yeah. Anyways, we have the design of different colors flushed towards the empennage of the airplane. I think it looks cool. Initially, when I saw the Hops livery come out, I kind of didn't like it because I think JetBlue's previous livery looks great on the A220, but this is a nice evolution of it. I like it. Anyways, we have the aft exits, the tail design, the horizontal stabilizers with the elevators, the auxiliary power unit at the back of the airplane, as well as the cargo bay right here, the right side of the airplane, and then the forward cargo bay right there. We also have some lights right here that are in the fuselage, which is, again, kind of interesting. A lot of airplanes, or more modern airplanes, are now moving these things closer inwards towards the fuselage. I'm sure you probably know from the MD-80 video, or for some older airplanes, a lot of these lights were put out on the outer part of the wing, but nowadays they kind of put them closer in, and they don't need as many lights, as LEDs are very, very bright and it's not necessary. But yeah, that's just about everything for the exterior of the airplane. We can get ready to go on towards the interior and take a look at what JetBlue's cabin is like on these. Now, once you board, you have a little bit of a bulkhead right here. There's a galley station for the flight crew. We have a lavatory, and this is the cockpit door where the pilots work in. But yeah, now what JetBlue has on their airplanes is kind of a 2-class seating. It's essentially a extra legroom economy option along with regular economy. I've had the opportunity to fly an extra legroom and regular economy on this airplane. Both of those were great. I think it's a great experience. JetBlue has a great product. And now it's a little difficult to show in Minecraft, but the A220 isn't a 2-3 seating configuration like a DC-9 or some of the Douglas airliners. And because of that, The overhead bins are not like in the middle. Now, it's again because of the sizing of this airplane and the scale, it's a little difficult to fully represent that, but this is kind of what we ended up going with here. So we have some extra legroom at the overwing exits as well as the front. Again, very comfortable seats. I like it. JetBlue features their airplanes with TV screens, in-flight entertainment, and a pretty good meal and snack option. So yeah, here's the aft galley. We have a lavatory, another workstation for the flight crew, and just some other bulkheads. So yeah, but very, very comfortable. These airplanes will be replacing most of the Embraer E190s that JetBlue is now soon to be retiring, as well as supplementing some of the A320s. So again, the A220 is sometimes more efficient or more economical than an A320. So this airplane works very well for the JetBlue network. So hopefully they're able to turn things around with the business and kind of keep these things flying. But anyways, lastly, we have the flight deck. It's kind of hard to see. It's really dark in here. Anyways, now that we're in the flight deck of the A220, as you can see, we have some side sticks, we have the main panel, and we have over here just some other systems and whatnot. It's a very, very modern cockpit. It's slightly different than an Airbus cockpit, but yeah, as you can see, we have the side sticks right here. For the flight crew, we have a main panel, foot pedals, and all of that in the seats. Again, not a lot of space in here, so it's kind of hard to do some things, but either way, it's still pretty cool there. So yeah, but just about everything I have to show on this airplane. As you can see, we're working on a Swiss livery and as well as some other airplanes. So thank you so much for watching. If you have some livery recommendations or airplanes that you guys would like to see, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And if you made it this far into the video, let me know in the comments. It's kind of interesting to see who gets this far. But anyways, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jordan, and I will see you in the next episode.